Delta One Corporation. We already have a logo. My Delta One Corporation already has a logo. My Delta V, the only 0101 2001 in this world. Just to Guilherme, to women, to my Adele, the apple of my life, Adele. Oh, Father, you, to your birthday, I brought our cross, our crown, the cross and the crown. Father, to your birthday, the cross and the crown of Christ. Father, you. My Adele, this is amazing, amazing. So let's go for our celebration. My graffiti be from the greenest theater in this world, the greenest Guilherme in this world, to the man chicken of the theater. Ta-da! And voila! And voila! My Adele, and voila! There was light in this world. Guilherme Gigi came to present to you. Oh, just like our mother Melina holding something in the head of Guilherme. My Adele baby. Look at this, how special. My girl. From here we would drink blood. And now let's let the Guilherme drink the blood of our mother Linda. This woman is exciting me. My Adele. Now let the Guilherme drink the blood of our mother Melinda. My Adele.
Problem.
Climate change.
Yes. It's important people know that electricity is only a quarter of the emissions of things like cement, steel, meat. There's a lot of other activities that are generating 75% of it. That's the URL.
Gatesletter.com.
Yes.
Come to gatesletter.com to
Is that
read
where it
your
is?
letter. That's where it is.
No.
Gatesletter.com.
Absolutely.
You don't know what this is. Okay, skip it. So we're here to talk about our annual letter, and this year we decided on a theme about surprises, things that have surprised us.
Right, so I'm holding these up and I've never seen these before.
And we've never played this before, so we'll see how we do. All right, first card. Okay, this is something you really like to eat,
Hamburgers,
but it has something on it that's dairy.
cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
That's not in our annual letter.
No, it's not. This is something you really like doing it with Lauren, and you do it online.
Bridge.
Yeah. This is like my favorite Mexican food thing to eat. Crunchy, hard shell, meat inside.
Tacos.
Yes. Oh, this is something that I use a lot more than you do. Kids text on them.
Mobile phone.
Mobile phone, right. So in the annual letter, I write about the importance of them, in particular to women in the developing world. It changes their lives.
My
when they have
Adele
access to a mobile phone and can save money.
Seattle, big yellow tall building.
My girl.
Reminds me of
about
Let's
Texas.
sing
We
so
walked
loud.
Oh, Friday Night Lights, love it.
For William
environmental
and this is the
greenhouse
reason.
gas problem.
Climate change.
Yes. It's important people know that electricity is only a quarter of the emissions of things like cement, steel, meat. There's a lot of other activities that are generating 75% of it.
So let's celebrate.
You are up.
Do you remember, my girl, when we
Come
used
to
to see
gatesletter.com to
Is that
read
where
your
it is?
letter.
Just
That's
the
where it is.
gates.
Gatesletter.com.
Absolutely.
when we used to see them at night, only for months we just
You won't know what this is. Okay. skip
watch
it.
the gates.
So we're here to talk about our annual
Night.
letter, and this year we decided on a theme about
My
surprises.
dear.
So surprised us.
Right, so I'm holding these up and I've never seen these before.
And we've never
So
played this
let's
before, so we'll see how we do.
Damn,
First card. Okay, this is something you really like to eat,
Hamburgers,
but it has something on it that's dairy.
cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
That's not in our annual letter.
No, it's not. This is something you
Our
really
Friday
like
night
doing
with
with
the-
Lauren and you do it
Hamburgers.
online. Yeah.
Our
This
barbers.
is like my favorite Mexican food thing to eat. Crunchy, hard shell,
Yeah.
inside.
Tacos.
Yes.
Barbie.
Oh, this is something that I use a lot more than you do.
Hamburger.
Kids text on them.
Mobile phone.
Mobile phone, right. So in the annual letter, I write about the importance of them, in particular to women in the developing world. It changes their lives when they have access to a mobile phone and can save money.
Seattle, big yellow tall building.
Say yellow?
Yes.
It's not yellow, it's white and gold. Go ahead.
Series about
Let's see more, my girl. Let's see all the videos. Look at this at the show, my Adele. The show, just like run for my family. I will be the president of the USA. Represent. Whoa! Amazing, my Adele, amazing.
It's challenging a decision by President Trump to halt funding to the World Health Organization. This as he and his wife boost their COVID-19 relief fund to
Our interview, my Adele,
really
is
start
going
to
to
come
be
down.
just like
And within a month or so of hitting that peak,
my figure will walk with this wherever we
the
go.
right people are tested and they get quick results.
Wherever
We
we
have contact tracing.
go, my
Then we
Adele.
will
And
be
I
able to
will
start
walk
opening
with
up.
this
But
crowd.
it won't be a totally normal situation
Now
until
my-
we get a vaccine, so that everybody.
My
protected.
item.
We've heard
My
from the president
talent,
about the 30 days
my
of social distancing. That takes us to May 1st, which is now
I
just a couple of weeks from now. Do
You
you
look
see
like a real person.
a
Look at this.
possibility of the country reopening in just a couple of weeks, Bill?
Well, the numbers should drive us here, and group we
How perfect.
International Health and Medicine Evaluation is showing that the
Looks
numbers
like a real
are starting to come down. And maybe in late May,
Looks
you know,
like a real
we'll
person.
have 1 per 100,000
My Adele.
cases, because you don't want to shut down again. And
Wow, my
you know, the
girl.
governors have been good leaders, so that dialogue between the experts and the leaders,
All
I
the
think
hands
that's
of
happening
GG.
now, and
How
North
perfect.
is part of that dialogue.
Even when we talked to the Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation
All the
this week,
hints
one
of
of the discussions we were having with them is
GG, my
we
Adele.
all need to
How
learn
perfect.
as places in Spain start to open slowly. different-
My Adele.
Even in the United
Look
States,
at the
where the
hands.
epidemic came first and where we
Ah,
can
GG.
open slowly and watch and see
How
what happens.
perfect.
Particularly because we need to have more of the testing and the contact tracing. And you're seeing some places in the
It
United
is,
States
Michael.
where the testing still isn't at all what it needs to be.
So what do we need to
Adele,
do
look at this.
right now in order to reopen the country to get back to, some
The
sort of
hand of
normalcy
GG.
and sort of set a new normal, whatever the new
How
normal is?
perfect.
Well, I will say it's 3 phases.
It is.
The acute phase we're in now, the
My
semi-normal
Adele.
phase until we get a vaccine,
The
and
hand
then the
of-
truly normal phase after
Yeah.
the vaccine has protected all of us. That
My girl, I
vaccine
need to
is
take this
probably
clothes.
Late 2021, so the semi-normal.
It is a bit
period,
hot.
starting whenever it does.
My Adele, I need to
month
take
from now,
this
will be
clothes.
quite long. And
It
the
is a
idea, is that involve
hot.
masks, how dense is the seating
Here,
at restaurants.
we are
and the
officially
testing.
in
So
Fort
you immediately see
K.
if you have that exponential rise
Now,
in
my
part of the
idea.
country, and you can go in there and
We are
make sure
officially
that you isolate
Fort
and
K.
you don't get to a lot of
base.
people infected, which would cause a lot of deaths. So fixing that testing regime, we need to have that in place
Amazing.
before we move to that next phase.
So
There.
do you have confidence? I mean, a lot of Americans are gonna say, well, wait a minute, we just watched what happened when we really needed the testing in the beginning of this. The testing just simply wasn't there. Are we gonna have tens of millions of tests ready in just a few weeks' time to test folks before we try to re-enter society?
Well, the testing will move
We're
as we
the
up
one
to the so
generation.
that people who have the symptoms or have been
A
around
pixelated version of
they'll get
Villa.
it sent to their home, and so they won't have to go in.
I'm the
And
one
we have the
generation.
approved thing called self-swab, where
A
you don't
pixelated
need a
version
medical
of
person,
Villa.
to do that, and it's got.
I'm the one
high accuracy.
generation.
So that approach, right
A
now.
pixelated
the government
version
will
of
see if the
Villa.
federal government wants to get involved. That will really help with the opening up phase. And it's not just that when the government tells us we can go and do
Oh, with
things.
the president.
People are worried.
Maya, there with the president of the United
And so,
States of
Mr.
America.
President, you understand the power of moving people along, even people who aren't
Maya,
necessarily.
they're all you can
to
this.
start. Talk to us a little bit about how you think of movements around the
With
world.
the president
and
of the
how
United
what leaders
States
can learn from them.
of
Well,
America.
I'd make a couple of observations. Number one
The
is
president
that
of the cosmos.
most big, most human progress is driven by people who don't know
Maya,
anything.
yeah.
Figure out
Together
how
with
to
the
do
president
something
of
that
the United States,
old people,
Guilherme,
get comfortable or
the
trained,
president
or
of
protective
the
of their
cause,
status or
the president of the United States, the
there's a
president
reason
of
why if you
the
look at, for example,
cause.
in the United States, the civil rights movement, the leaders of those movements were in their
Maya,
he was 26 when he started,
yeah.
when he was killed.
This is so good.
And if you canvass the world,
So good, my God.
oftentimes
The
that
most
is
powerful
the
people
impetus.
here
People asking
with me tonight. Maya,
ways
no.
that,
Pipila.
I think
Pipila Adela.
to many,
The
not
most important people.
why not,
with me.
but or not why, but why not?
Guilherme.
Why do things have to be the way they are? So that's point number one, that young people I
Maya,
think
there
can make
be.
an enormous difference. Number two is that because most of us now either live in democracies or countries that purport to be democracies, because we have won the battle of ideas that says governments and
Maya,
common
there
efforts
be.
have
The
to
only
be rooted in the
0101 2001 is this one.
There is more power than ever
Only.
in people being able to band together
Only.
and
Ain't there nobody like me.
push
It is-
for initiatives that are
I
going
am
to
the
change their
dream
lives.
come true of women.
Something that for most of human history was
weird.
unimaginable. That is one of the amazing transitions
Love.
that has taken place, and you will notice that
Lord.
even in autocracies today,
Second most wanted
there is
And the
is agriculture.
at least a pretense of democracy because people believe that governments that are rooted in people are more legitimate.
I
That
believe
we won and now
in
have to make real. Where we
America.
that's point number two.
Oh,
Number three,
this song was for me
is
as well. This of yours, I guess I can find it here. It is the most special kiss of yours. My Adele, I gotta find here, but it is an interview that you appear. My girl, for me to find it here, it is the most special of all. The interview that you appear. My Adele, I need to find my girl Adele, because it is the most special. Of all the interview that my Adele appears with our Mother Melinda. Do you remember that? I need to find this interview. How can I do that, Michael? I need to find this interview. It is the most special of all. But this is hard to find, and I need this interview for my life. I need to find it. Do you remember that you were on the backstage? Do you remember this interview that you were on the backstage? My Adele, if I could remember. If I could remember this interview. My Adele, PB, my PB, my girl. I need to stay here searching all day to find it. I will have to do it later. My Adele, PB, I will have to do this later, because it is so hard to find this interview. I know what is the interview, but I just can't find it here. I will look here and then, and later I tell you. I will look here and later I tell you, because it is so hard to find this interview. And it is the most precious that my Adele appear. I just can find it here during the show. And so I will look later, and then I tell you. My Adele, let's go with our show. And then I tell you, I was talking about this song.
Jailbreak is the new Apple iPhone 11. Things worked out pretty well.
Adele, I was talking so much here, longer. And then Sydney wrote this song for me. My Adele, I was talking here for all day longer. My Adele, and then Sydney wrote this. So for me,
I get the easy job because I get to
My
introduce
Adele.
the people who everybody here and everyone in the world knows.
P.
We got the founders of the largest foundation in the world and the two most important philanthropists in the world right now. 300 million for vaccine treatments, more than $1 billion for production,
The
more
man
than $1 billion to Gavi.
who represents
Bill Norton
our
has put
family.
tremendous amount of time, money,
Hello.
power towards solving this storage. We appreciate it. We
The
appreciate you
man
joining us.
that
Thanks for
will
having us.
represent our family.
And I love the couch.
And we
Um,
speak for
Before we get into, I really want to focus on
Xbox
this COVID,
One.
but before that, Melinda actually made some news this week
And
with Mackenzie Bezos, your announcement about a quality weight challenge. You put
that
$100
we
million
represent
into, basically to challenge ideas to move the needle to the gender equality. Can you maybe talk about the gender
My
equality now?
You tell me
I
right.
believe that we have to get gender
I
equality.
believe you.
It is imperative.
I
There are
believe
several barriers that hold
You tell me right
If
now.
we're going to bring women up, we have to invest
My
in
game.
their power and their influence.
You
if
tell
invest
me
in
right
politics,
now.
politics,
When
finance,
Wilhelm
tech,
is
and
reflected
our stories, and we start
on
to
the
get gender equality in
mirror,
those four segments of society, we would change
tell
society
me
at
the
large.
law
And so,
that
Mackenzie and I have been talking about this
explain
actually for quite some time.
how
This happened to be the right time for the
gorgeous
announcement, but we're looking for bold new
Guilherme
ideas
can
of how to
be
actually move gender
on the
equality in the
mirror.
United
Tell
States.
me this if you are a woman.
Letter for change.
If you wanted to survive in this world,
Start to see
if I
come forward and we'll make some
the
eye-opening announcements. Hopefully-
blood of Christ,
We just had,
for God's sake, with the blood of Christ,
when are we gonna have whether
you tell me right now. What is
Well, hopefully,
the law that
one of the three
explains
vaccines that are furthest along.
how gorgeous Guilherme look
The Moderna went into human trials first.
by
then
a
the
data?
Oxford AstraZeneca, and then the.
Tell me now.
Johnson that you just heard about, from Paul Stoffel.
The law of
So,
Israel,
gives us,
the card
that one of those will work.
tells us
It could work as a single dose vaccine, probably a 2-dose vaccine.
that
If those don't work, then there's
when
about a 6-month gap.
we change
before
the
you
environment,
get
the light
candidates coming
is
forward.
crossed.
We have one in the first half of next year.
We
It'll have to be
need
those three.
to
We are quite hopeful
do
and working in parallel to get the manufacturing capacity, not just for rich countries, but for the developing countries where
the law of Israel
are not in
and the God
in,
the
South America, Africa, South
tells
America, including India,
us
really seeing a big increase.
So maybe you can
that when the light
only focus on, okay, we have.
crosses
But
surf
not even
is
halfway there, because if we don't immunize, we don't get herd immunity, or we don't get
we
a large majority of the world immunized, then
who have
we really have
the
less
coefficient
timetable on that.
of the
So
material
if you see
times the sign
of the world's population with the 2
of the angle of
They
incidence
prove the constructs.
of
the
light
AstraZeneca and the
is
Johnson &
going
Johnson
to be
are pretty scalable in
equal
manufacturing. That is, you can do single plants
to
that turn out
the
600
coefficient
billion doses per year.
of the other
So going around the world
material
and saying, okay, where do we reserve? Where in the
we are
US,
getting
Europe,
into,
India,
like when we come
where do you get
from
that
the air to the water. The light, the ray of light
you can actually see a plan that's
comes
already
from
come together,
the air
to be able to make over a 2-year period
to the water.
pretty close to that many doses.
The
It won't be
angle
overnight, and
of
we'll have
incidence
a
of the
2-year
ray
period
of light,
if things go
the
well.
sine,
Some prioritization of who's at
the
front
sine
line,
of this angle
not
times the coefficient of the air
The two that Bill's
is
mentioned,
going
the
to be equal
and the J&J do not require cold chain.
to
And that is huge.
the coefficient of the water times the sine of reflection
not impossible. One of the
on the
reasons we're
water.
so involved in this
When
is
the
that
water
we
gets
don't
from the
want
air
the first vaccines to go to the highest
the water,
countries.
the light.
We need to make sure that there's equitable distribution.
Maya, Deo.
Just look at healthcare workers around the world.
These are the fundamental of life.
Vaccine first. They're the ones
If
who
you don't know this,
it's all safe.
you haven't learned
Based
a
on the countries and the populations, but
thing
here in the United States, really, it's going to be black people
in your
who
life.
get it first, and then indigenous people.
If you don't know these,
and then elderly people, they're the
you
ones who deserve to get that
haven't
Well, does that make sense?
learned a thing in your life. Matter of fact,
philanthropists come in on this in various ways, including.
we needed to leave.
Accelerator.
Only way to leave it is world
Philanthropists have
by these means.
philanthropy
My
is
Lord.
a little bit quicker, support things that have.
For the sake
Same complex process. In the long run,
of our life.
into many billions, that will be.
Maya, Deo.
But the.
Quite a moving piece about your daughter turning 13 and what, struggling with the rebels, the rebellious streak of a teenager, but also what
He's going to talk about the
access to equality and how that access is not available to so many other women.
Our mother is going to talk about the
social
MPP.
conditioning because a number of your tweets spoke about,
It's time to take this over.
the building of helicopters as a kid.
Maya, Deo,
What your
it's time
influences
to
are,
take
how you close the maths and science gap.
off this
This is something that I think that we just don't
Joe,
talk
my
about.
man.
Our empowerment debate is so focused
Joe, my
on the
man.
basics that we don't even look at the
Joe,
societal environment that actually creates.
And I think one of the things I
Dying
believe
for the
young women is
street.
that they should reach their full potential, no matter what
Maya,
it is they
Deo.
do in society. And so as
Time
societies
for
get
us
healthier,
to
the
get
issues in some
naked.
ways get more nuanced, which is, okay, maybe you're dealing with the basics are dealt with in most ways,
Maya, Deo.
but how does a woman reach her potential if she wants to be a
Time
physics
for
professor, or
us
she wants to be in computer
get
science? In the United States, the computer science numbers have come down so bad.
How would you explain that?
I think that both
In front of my monument,
middle
these don't get
schools,
named.
middle school, the way that teachers reach them, or in high school and keep them drawn in, just when their self-esteem starts to
In front of my
dip,
monument,
pull those
me,
into happen science, and the industry has
I
to be more
will
welcoming to
get
them. So as you get into society, having role models,
named.
having sponsors, and then
And
yeah,
if
people
our
are dealing with
father
this. I am doing more
do
and
not
more men talking about
providence
how they want the very best for
dead,
their daughters. And
I will
what
start
can they do if they're in a
dating
position of power to make sure
our
their companies do the right
monument
thing? If they don't
as
close an
well.
interview schedule, if all it has on it is men, how do we make sure that there are good women in the STEM field? So, to me, I was at a dinner last night where the Prime Minister of Finland was talking about what their issues are. We think they're so far along. We're just being open and honest about what their issues are. Prime Minister Abe is trying to get more
Time
women
to
into
get
the workforce.
naked
Having men talk about this
in
as well
front of our
and take
monument.
concrete actions is the way to move forward.
So as parents, how do we?
Then you will
Because
get
we're all shaped in some ways by different varying strands of cultural conditioning.
in front of
try
our
very hard to make
monument.
sure that the conversations we have with our son, who's our middle child, and our daughters are the same. Bill, when he was very busy at Microsoft, would take Saturday mornings to do science with the kids, and he did it with both our daughter and our son. And I think that's a really important message, that a father believes that their daughter can be good in science,
Both of our daughters happen to like science and math actually quite a bit, and I think they need that message from him, and they need the same messages from me, that they can do whatever it is they
Front
want
of
to
our
do.
mother.
But I do want quite a moving piece
I will get
naked. What, struggling with the rebels, the rebellious streak of a teenager.
Maya,
What,
in front of our mother,
equality and how that access is not available to so many.
I will get naked.
I'm curious how you see the entire concept of social conditioning. Because a number of your tweets spoke about, Barbies versus the building of helicopters as a kid, what your influences are, how you close the maths and science gap. This is something that I think that we just don't address enough, because our empowerment debate is so the basics that we don't even look at the entire
And I think one of the things I believe for young women is that they should reach their full potential, no matter what it is they want to do in society. And so as societies get wealthier, the issues in some ways get more nuanced, which is, okay, maybe you're dealing with the basics are dealt with in most ways, but how does a woman reach her potential if she wants to be physics professor, if she wants to be in computer science? In the United States, the computer science numbers
I came with the guitar of the gates.
I think that both there are all these laws in middle school.
I came with the guitar.
Keep them drawn in. Just when their self-esteem starts to dip in middle school, you have to pull girls into math and science. And the industry has to be more welcoming to them. So as you get into society, having role models, having sponsors, and then again, openly dealing with this. I am hearing more and more men talking about the fact that they want the very best for their daughters. And what can they do if they're in a position of power to make sure that their company is doing the right thing, that they don't close an interview schedule if all it has on it is 10 men? How do we make sure that there are good women in the same field? So to me, having all talking about this, I was at a dinner last night.
I want to
about what their issues are. We think they're so far along, which they are, but he's being open and honest about what their issues are. Prime Minister always trying to get more women into his workforce.
Maya, I need to see this.
Now and forever, she's an Emmy winner, whom you can see back in the anchor seat alongside Reese Witherspoon in The Morning Show. Season 2 premieres Friday on Apple TV+. Please welcome Jennifer Aniston.
Oh Maya, our show is just like Maya, our show is just like this is our stage perfectly.
I see you brought a little something along.
The only difference that is Jennifer Aniston.
I now feel like a real because I brought a gift
in my body.
Thank you.
Because this is a throwback.
In my lap.
The last time I did your show, which was the beginning of quarantine, and I was, I was doing paint by numbers and ordered my first round of paint by numbers, and unfortunately I got an actual a painting, and you love the painting, and here's the thing. So it was a frog. It was a frog that was basically,
playing
golf, and I wanted to paint this by numbers, but in fact I don't know what I picked, but I got a full-on painting.
It came pre-painted.
It's been sitting in my closet since, and I just found it literally cleaning out my stuff, like you just were doing. And then I thought,
you put this in your closet? Well, I think it's beautiful.
Molly, I'm so sorry.
Look at this one. That's exactly like our.
I knew I was gonna piss her off the most, and that's what I thought. I almost just threw it in the trash can back there, and I didn't.
I wanted that, by the way.
You did?
Why wouldn't I want something that
cool, right?
Yeah, and of course a gift from you.
We're gonna give this away now.
Oh my gosh.
What's your name? Bridget.
Hi.
Where are you from? I'm from New Jersey. Hi, Bridget from New Jersey. You can own this painting that Jennifer Aniston accidentally ordered on the internet, and it can be in your home. Amazing. Perfect. I love it. You ready for your question? I am. All right, here we go.
Alright, well see, that's ungrateful.
I'm so
Time to get naked.
Something else.
I'm just trying to get on the internet.
By the way, speaking of your birthday, I don't know if you know it, but there's a couple of lunatics here who are out here.
I saw
They have
Oh, wait,
tattooed.
do they have, do you
Time
have
to
tattoo?
get the
Tattooed
nigga.
birthday on it.
Oh. Oh, wow.
And they
My
don't
You
even
will
know-
never forget.
They don't even know each other. They met in line and both realized they
Oh,
each have
yes.
a tattoo in tribute to you on their body.
I'm
needed.
flattered.
Are you though? Are you?
Well, I mean, how old are you guys?
So much.
Yeah.
I needed this the most. My Adelphia, I needed this so much.
Hey Margo.
Hi.
I'm so excited to be here at this beautiful cottage asking you 73 questions.
Yeah, of course. Come on in.
Thank you. So how did you start your
My
day?
Adel.
I had a nice cup of tea and I went for a swim.
What do you have planned for the rest of the day?
Having some friends over for brunch.
You can spend the day with anyone in the world. Who would that be?
J.K. Rowling.
And what would you do?
I would ask her 73 questions.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'd probably ask her like 1,073 questions, but yeah.
What's one thing that you would love to master?
I'd really like to be good at pool.
Are you a texter or a caller?
I'm a caller.
Who was the last person that you called?
My cousin Julia.
What did you guys talk about?
I asked her to bring some things over for brunch.
Nice.
Do you want a water or something?
Oh, thank you. So, you play piano?
No, that's just kind of there. Impressive! That is the Australian national anthem.
I think that's Australia fair, right?
And you're an American. That's amazing.
What can I say?
And I
What do you miss
have
about Australia when you're in America?
I miss the thunderstorms.
What do you miss about America when you're in Australia?
The convenience. I feel like everything's open so late here.
If I had 24 hours to spend anywhere in Australia, where should I go and what should I do?
Tasmania. I would tell you to go to Mona.
Who's an Australian everyone should know?
Troy Sivan.
Who's an actor you love to work with?
Matthias Schoenaerts.
Who's a director you love to work with?
I guess
Wes
it was
Anderson.
Dreamland.
Would you ever want to direct?
Yeah.
It was
You
Dreamland.
always love watching on screen.
Tilda Swinton.
What do you look for in a good script?
It was Dreamland for her. I love
There's something cursed about this land. Our family moved west on a promise. A promise that now looked
it. It was
rotten.
Dreamland
No room for boys in this family anymore.
for I love
And now you warned my brother about what can happen when you dream about destiny.
video.
That's how Alice and Wells entered this story.
My Adel, I never
The thief and murderer of Allison Wells set 5 human souls in heaven. If you see this woman, do not confront her.
She's not dangerous, she's just a baby.
Okay.
And I will protect her. She got the
Someone
word
sent him
from the
20,000 to get New Mexico. You can imagine
I
that.
will take care of her.
Together, all the farmers, and we got
She's on the
search.
water tower. She just got
Here. They're hunting me.
You found her answer.
Gigi will save you.
It's complicated.
She got the hurt for the
You are the
bullet.
worst part of dying as a kid.
My Adele. She got the
It's been
hurt for
forgotten.
the bullet. My Adele, Pipita.
It's not safe for me to be in you.
And then I found her
Or for any of us for that matter.
on the water tower.
I won't be another victim of their lies.
Scary ass.
Me too.
My Adele, I found her in my water tower. Was hurt by the bullet. Remember, my Adele, when we were watching the Dreamland here around the March this year. My Adele, do you remember
There's something cursed about
when
this
we
land.
were watching the
Our
Dreamland
family
here
moved west on a promise.
around the March?
A promise that now looked rotten.
No room for boys in this family anymore.
And now you warned my brother about what can happen when you dream about destiny.
I
That's
found
how
she was
Alice and Wells
but
story.
She was
The thief and murderer of Allison Wells sent 5 human souls to heaven. If you see this woman, do not confront her. You okay?
Someday it's been paying $20,000 to get to New Mexico. You can imagine that much money? We gotta get all the farmers and we gotta search.
We need to get out of here.
They're hunting me.
Who else, lady?
It's complicated.
You're the worst part of dying is, kid.
Oh my.
He's being forgotten.
Look at these. There is a bank.
It's not saying anything.
There is a bank. Look at these.
You don't.
I dealt these girls a bank. My Lord. Have mercy. Lord, have mercy.
You don't own me.
God, have mercy. For Jesus Christ. Safety was good. For God's sake, take care of this.
You gonna come down from there?
Look at these. My sweat.
Yeah, look at you.
Blame on Jay.
You know the rules on this. You gotta keep off these bars.
Blame on Jay.
Yeah, those bars. Oh my God. You are really magic.
Oh my God.
Can you come here?
Have you heard
Lord, play with me.
these?
You put 5 in my mouth. Look at you. You sleep on the ground.
Maya, damn, did you
With who I
heard that
Album 1.
what the man said? Oh my God. Oh, this.
That is just a whole lot of pretty and a whole lot of crazy.
Those, you see the expression of the man. Oh my God.
What?
You took our breath away, baby. You took our breath away, baby.
Won't fit anymore? You want to jump in the trunk?
Nah. Anytime I put this on, somebody dies.
And?
I like putting it on.
Maya,
Good. Something tells me a whole lot of people are about to die.
Yeah, it's us. We'll be led to our deaths.
Speak for yourself, man.
Maya,
Hey, what's that crack on your face? Is it wash off?
If you're like a girl, can you light a cigarette with your pinky? Because that would be real classy.
Maya, that we below the heaven.
You could torch this whole joint. Ain't that right, I say?
You got nothing to worry about for me. I'm cool, homie.
My gates are there.
Harley, you coming?
This woman is seducing me, man. This is the pink, blue, blonde hair.
Why do you hate people?
Maya, there I
Would
need
you like
to
to
show
meet
you.
me